Hello everyone, and welcome to another Dragonfly deck review. My name is Dan, Dragonfly9078, and today I will be talking about my Mermail deck. If you watched my previous video, I talked about my Merlantian deck, and so this is basically that, except with the Atlantean bits removed. I have not. I did update this when the new cards came out, because I do have Mermail Oceabus, but I did not put in Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi, and I don't know why. So I'm going to take out. No, I'm just going to put in a Mizuchi. I'm not going to take out one of the Cetus ones, because Cetus is really good at negates traps. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. So this is a pretty good deck. It is a bit different from the how it is with the Atlanteans, but it's actually not that different. I do have more Mermail cards in here, but on the whole, it's very similar. So let's go through it. Mermail Abyss Dine, or Dina, or something. Abyss Dine, I'm just going to call her Abyss Dine, was not in my Merlantian deck. She is a level 3 Water Aqua, 1000 attack, 200 defense. When she is added from your deck or graveyard to your hand by a card effect, you can special summon it if you have a face-up Mermail monster. When she is special summoned by the effect of a Mermail monster, including herself, you can target a level 3 or lower Mermail monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but you can only use the effect of one. But you can only use one Mermail Abyss Dine effect per turn and only once per turn. So you cannot. So actually, you can't use her effect when she special summons herself by her own effect, because you can only use one Abyss Dine effect per turn. I'm already making mistakes. I'm sorry about that. I haven't played with some of the newer Mermail cards that much, and I haven't played at all with Oceabus because she just came out. Well, I say just. I'm recording this several days in advance. Always good to have a little buffer zone. Anyway, sorry, rambling. Abyss Gund. If you watched my Merlantian video, you know what she does. When she's discarded, you can special summon a Mermail from your graveyard, except for her, and you can only do that once per turn. I can special summon Dine. Yeah. Again, these are most of these were also in my Merlantian videos, so I'm not going to go over most of their attack and defense or whatever. I'm just going to go a quick overview of their effects. If they were not in my Merlantian video, then I will go more in depth. So Abyss Hild was in my Merlantian deck. When she is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Mermail from your hand, except for Hild, and you can only use one Hild per turn. Abyss Lead was not in my Merlantian deck. It is a level 7 Water Sea Serpent, 2700 attack, 1000 defense, so it is stronger than Abyss Megalo. You can discard 3 other water monsters to the graveyard to special summon Lead from your hand. When you do, you can target an Abyss spell or trap card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So that's any of the Abyss scales and any of these Abyss traps. Because it does have to be Abyss Dash, so it can't be like Abyssal Designator or Contract with the Abyss. So add that to your hand, and you can tribute another face-up attack position Mermail monster to send a random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, but you can only do that once per turn, no matter how many Abyss Leads you summon or have on the field. pretty decent. I definitely use him more for his attack power than for his effects, but he can be used to activate Gunda and Hilda. Um, could be used to actually, could he? Yeah, he could be used to activate some of the Atlantean cards, but uh, I don't know. Just the 3 discard is kind of off-putting. Um, Abyss Lind, I had in my Merlantian deck. I do have 3 of her in here because she is a very useful card. She's destroyed and sent to the graveyard. You can special summon a Mermail from your deck, except for her, and you can only do that once per turn. Abyss Lung was in my Merlantian deck. The only ones that were not in my Merlantian deck were Nose, Abyss Teus, and Oshabyss. So, your opponent can't target face-up water monsters for attacks except for Abyss Lung, and all water monsters you control gain 300 attack. Abyss Megalo, you can discard 2 other water monsters to the graveyard to special summon him from your hand. When you do, you can grab an Abyss spell or trap card from your deck and put it in your hand, and you contribute another face-up attack position water monster to let Megalo attack twice during that turn. Pretty good. Abyss Nose, like I said, was not in my Merlantian deck. He is a level 4 water fish. All the level 4 monsters are fish. All the level 3 monsters are aqua. And I was going to say all the level 7 monsters are sea serpents, but Abyss Teus is actually an aqua. So unfair. He's just like cheating. So Abyss Nose, 1500 attack and defense. When he destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can discard a water monster to the graveyard. So that activates Gund and Hild, of course. And that lets you special summon, I believe, yes? You can special summon a Mermail monster from your deck in face-up defense position, but you can only use 1 Abyss Nose per turn. That lets you special summon Abyss Dine. Yeah, any of the other level 3 ones can summon Abyss Dine, and so can Abyss Nose. Abyss Pike and Abyss Turge cannot, because I believe they add to the hand. Yeah, Abyss Pike was in my Merlantian deck. When he is normal or special summoned, you can discard a water monster to the graveyard, add a level 3 water monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 Pike per turn. Pretty decent. He's, I think, the most useful of the fish ones, except for perhaps Abyss Lung, because he can make a Marauding Captain Lock. So I do have 2 of him, and I only have 1 Turge and 1 Nose. Although Nose is probably pretty useful. I don't know, I just don't have multiple Noses in there. So that's Pike. Abyss Teus was not in my Merlantian deck. He is a level 7 Water Aqua, not Sea Serpent like the others, as I said. 1700 attack, 2400 defense, so he is more of a defensive monster. You can discard another water monster to the graveyard to special summon Abyss Teus from your hand. When you do, add a level 4 or lower Mermail from your deck to your hand, but you can only use that effect once per turn. He would actually probably be really good in my Merlantian deck, but wow! Oh my god! I'm sorry, I'm just looking at these prices. The average price for Abyss Megalo is $142.80. That's insane. Sorry, but that's ridiculous. That's probably the most expensive of them, isn't it? Yeah, she doesn't have a price yet. That's insane. I did not real. Anyway, sorry, getting off track. You can only use 1 Abyss Teus per turn. Abyss Turge was in my Merlantian deck. When he's normal or special summoned, you can discard a water monster, and then target a level 3 or lower water monster in your grave, add it to your hand. You can only use his effect once per turn. or the effect of a Turge once per turn. You could summon him, discard Gund, activate Gund's effect to special summon another monster, then use Turge to add Gund back to your hand. Could be interesting. Mermail Oshabis is the newest Mermail. I have not ever used her. She's a level 3 Water Aqua, 1100 attack, 1900 defense. You can target one Mermail monster you control, special summon any number of level 4 or lower Mermails from your deck whose combined levels are equal to or lower than that monster's level, then send that monster to the graveyard. And you can only use one Oshabis per turn. So, you could use it to target Hilda and summon, I don't know, Lind or Dine. Actually, yeah, summon Dine, use her effect to summon another monster, and then Hild goes to the graveyard, and you can summon another monster from your hand. You can use it with Megalo or Abyssteus or Abyss Lead to grab a level 4 and a level 3. And then use the level 4's effect, because these two activate when they're special summoned. Discard Gund and add monsters from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So she actually does open up a lot of cool combos that you can do. But I have not actually played this deck since I added her in. So she does seem like she'll be good though. Abyss Scale of the Cetus is an equip spell card. Equips only to a Mermail monster. That monster gains 800 attack, and when the effect of a trap card that was activated on your opponent's side of the field resolves, negate that effect, then send Abyss Scale of the Cetus to the graveyard. It's trap negation. Good for... I do have two of them because they're good for, like Mirror Force or Dimensional Prison or something like that. Yeah. Conversely, I only have one of the other two. I probably should have more because they are probably just as useful. But Abyss Scale of the Kraken does the same thing as Cetus, except it only increases by 400 and it negates monster effects, or a monster effect. Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi is exactly the same as Cetus, same attack boost and everything, and it negates one spell. So the Abyss Scales are not bad. God, I think you can see like the creature they're based on in the background. It's really tough to see, or it's somebody like wearing the armor. It's really tough to see because it's like behind the armor. Anyway. Aquajet, target a face-up fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster. It gains 1000 attack. Pretty simple. DD Trench, banish a water monster from your hand, graveyard, or field, and when Trench is destroyed, you can special summon that monster to your side of the field. Pretty good. Lets you pick out a monster to summon, and then you can destroy it with like Mystical Space Typhoon or I don't know, Heavy Storm. It does discourage your opponent from using Heavy Storm. Lemuria, the Forgotten City. This card's name is treated as Umi, whatever. All water monsters gain 200 attack and defense, and once per turn during your main phase, you can have all water monsters you currently control gain levels equal to the number of water monsters you currently control. So if you have 2 water monsters, they both gain 2 levels. It's very good for... it's mostly used for summoning Abyss Gaios. That's why I do only have one. But because it is actually completely useless for summoning rank 4s, and rank 3s I would already have the levels for. That's wrong, actually. It's not completely useless for summoning rank 4s. You just have to have a level 3 on the field, have it be the only monster you control, use Lemuria's effect, and then summon a level 4. And then you can use it to overlay into a rank 4. Yeah. But it does allow me to use Abyss Strom, which is very similar to Heavy Storm, except it can only be activated while you control Umi, and it sends spell and traps to the grave. It does not destroy them, so it gets around anti-destruction effects like, I don't know, Starlight Road, Stardust Dragon, that kind of thing. Moray of Greed, shuffle 2 water monsters from your hand into the deck and then draw 2 cards. Pretty simple. You all know MST, I'm sure. Salvage, grab 2 water monsters with 1500 or less attack in your graveyard and put them in your hand. That applies to a very large number of monsters in this deck. It works with Oshabis, Dine, Lind, Lung, Gund, Hilda, Nose, and that's it. But that is, if that's not the majority of monsters in this deck, it is at least half. So definitely good. Surface sadly only applies to the level 3 monsters. You target a level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster in your graveyard and special summon it in face-up defense. It only targets level 3s, but the level 3s are awesome. That's Oshabis, that's Linda, that's Dine, that's Gunda, that's Hilda. All very good cards that can get out more cards. Water Hazard lets you special summon a level 4 lower water monster from your hand once per turn, as long as you don't have any other monsters on the field. Pretty self-explanatory, it's a good card. Abyss Scorn is a very good card for mermails. You target a mermail monster you control, and that monster gains 1000 attack until the end phase. When Abyss Scorn is sent to the graveyard while it's face down, so it does work with Abyss Strong because it does not say when it's destroyed, you can target a monster your opponent controls and send it to the graveyard, so it doesn't destroy monsters. So again, gets around Stardust Dragon. So this can be either like a trick, they try to destroy it, it gets sent to the graveyard and they lose a monster, or a trick in that they attack one of your weak monsters and Scorn, boost them by 1000 and they lose. Definitely a good card. Abyss Sphere, also a good card. Special summon a mermail monster from your deck. Its effects are negated and you can't activate spell cards. When Abyss Sphere leaves the field, the monster is destroyed, and Abyss Sphere is destroyed during your opponent's next end phase after Sphere was activated. Mostly used with Abyss Lind, because she comes onto the field, she's automatically destroyed during your opponent's next end phase, and her effect activates. Because it doesn't activate on the field, it is not negated, unless they have, like, Soul Drain or something. So, it's a very good card. Abyss Squall, special summon 3 mermails from your graveyard in defense mode. Their effects are negated, they cannot attack, and they're destroyed during the end phase. Mostly used for XYZing, or again for Lind and Hilda. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what else to say to that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Abyss Strum, I went through. It's like Heavy Storm, except it sends them, doesn't destroy them. Bubble Bringer, level 4 or higher monsters can't attack directly. During your turn, you can send Bubble Bringer to the grave to special summon 2 level 3 or lower water monsters from your grave as long as they have the same name. And their effects are negated. So just like Abyss Squall, except they're not destroyed during the end phase. pretty, I keep saying this, but it is fairly self-explanatory. Poseidon Wave. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate that target's attack, and if you control any face-up fish, sea serpent, or aqua monsters, your opponent takes 800 damage for each of them. Good for stopping an attack. It's also very good with Abyss Squall. You special summon the monsters, they're like, okay, fine, I get a replay attack, I attack anyway. Poseidon Wave, they take 2400 damage, and the attack is negated. So, pretty good card for this type of deck. The XYZs I have are just general water ones. Abyss Gaios is very good. He was in my Merlantian deck. While he has XYZ materials, level 5 or higher monsters can't attack. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach an XYZ material from him to negate the effects of all of your opponent's face-up monsters that have less attack than him. And he has a lot of attack. So he's very good. Abyss Trite can redirect any attack or spell or trap effect that could have affected her, but is actually, of course, I was doing so good. And it just stops. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, Mermail Abyss Trite can detach an XYZ material from her to change the target of an attack or a spell or trap that targets one mermail monster that could have targeted her, and redirects it to her. And then when she is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, then you can special summon a mermail from your graveyard. So, pretty self-explanatory, but is a very good card. Actually, I have to see something now. Oh, no. I thought maybe, I mentioned this in my Merlantian video, the trident that Abyss Gaios is holding is the same as Poseidra, the Atlantean dragon's tail, but so I was trying to see if Abyss Trite's little staff thing was perhaps the same as Tridon, the Atlantean emperor's tail. But no. Wait a minute. They changed the names? Atlantean Attack Squad? Because that one's Atlantean Emperor. Suppose not. And then I have like Leviathan Dragon, Bahamut Shark, oh, I just had Nightmare Shark, but it must have reset when I timed out. So yeah, that's the whole deck. So that's my Mermail deck. It's like I said, it's very similar to the Merlantian deck. A lot of swarming power. I think the two main components of a Merlantian deck are swarming and the effects by, I don't know, detaching or discarding or whatever. And mermails, I think, have maybe not the bulk. Well, I think they have more swarm power than they do effect power, if that makes sense. So, because most of their effect power is swarming. Yeah, that's what I mean. Most of the like actual effects that you use in a Merlantian deck are from the Atlantean cards. So that's the whole deck. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't really have much more to say. So I will cut it off there. But oh, if you I haven't said this. I didn't say it in my last video, at least. If you guys see me on Dueling Network, drop in, say hi, how you doing? I'm a nice person, I like to think. And yeah, that's really all I got. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you later.